Hi, this is Little Dwarf playing games while rambling incoherently into a microphone. Why? Well, just because I can, and I continue with Mass Effect 3 Legendary Edition. Let's talk with Anderson and see what the plan for the final attack is.
Commander?
Admiral?
Just going over the sitrep.
How's it look?
Barely 50% of Hammer has reported in.
Can we count on more making it?
There's some stragglers still en route, but the bulk of Hammer that's still intact has arrived. We're as ready as we're likely to get.
I am ready, yes.
Every minute wasted here, the Reapers gather strength.
Exactly my thoughts. Battalion leaders, report to HQ. We fought hard to get here, but now the toughest part of our mission begins. We've got to drive right through the heart of Reaper-controlled territory, break past their defenses, and get to that beam.
What kind of defenses?
The entire area is crawling with Reaper forces. But our biggest concern is the destroyer, protecting the beam itself.
Can we bring in air support to deal with it?
Negative. Some kind of interference. We'll have to take it out from the ground. Now they've cut a swath of no man's land through the city. We'll have to cross that first. There'll be some limited shelter on the other side, but expect heavy ground resistance. We need to get our tanks to here, if we get close enough. We've got a shot at taking that thing out.
How much of a shot?
They know we're coming. This will be a one-way trip for many of us, but there can be no retreat, no stepping back. We move forward at all costs, understood?
Who, yeah?
Yes, sir.
Johnson, Coates, you two will coordinate the artillery units. Shepard, I'm sending you right up the gut where the resistance is heaviest. Support the tanks the best you can, but stay alive. I need you for the final push to the beam. I'll give you a minute with your squad. Pick your team well.
This war has brought us pain and suffering and loss. But it's also brought us together. As soldiers, allies, friends. This bond that ties us together is something the Reapers will never understand. It's more powerful than any weapon. Stronger than any ship. It can't be taken or destroyed. The next few hours will decide the fate of everyone in the galaxy. Every mother, every son, every unborn child. They're trusting you, depending on you to win them their future. A future free from the threat of the Reapers. But take heart. Look around you. You're not in this fight alone. We face our enemy together, and together we will defeat them.
Okay, into the very final push, I will take Liara with me, because obviously she is my love, so I would like to be with her if we are all to die. And I will also take Javik, because he's looking for death as it is, and I think, you know, as the last Protean, he should take part in this final push on behalf of his race. I don't think I can do anything else with experience.
chatter. You heard the Admiral. No retreat.
Try to clear the building.
Commander. Damn it! Kano Company's being routed.
Mom, Dad, I can't reach you guys. I tried the office and your personal comms, no one's answering, and the news was saying that the bombings are getting worse, and then the power went off. Look, I know I'm supposed to stay put, but I can't reach anyone and I'm getting really worried about the twins. I'm going to head off into school to pick them up, okay? I'll bring any other kids I find too. You can yell at me when we all meet up at the emergency shelters. Love, Kay.
Some cover, but it gives them a place to hide.
Roger that.
Backtrack if you have to. I'll find another route ASAP.
Acknowledged.
Phoenix missiles. Be ready, people. Acknowledge.
Right away.
How are we supposed to take that thing down? We wait for it to get close, then we hit it with everything we've got. Our guidance system's unbuggered. Roger that. Our engineers are on it. That kid's got something to do with the beam.
Right away. Got it.
I will comply.
Look out, Bruce!
Sending in more ground forces.
They're coming in behind us.
Coming from everywhere. Going for the tanks. Protect the tanks at all costs. Without those missiles, we've got no chance.
Security memo. They are targeting shelters, evacuation shuttles, emergency services, power centers, people. It's not about destroying property as much as it's about destroying the population. We've got to modify standard evac plans. We can't rely on conventional procedures. We'll just get more people killed. Stay in small groups, get survivors out of the city, spread people out as much as possible. Pass the word, people.
Take him out any way you can.
All units, open fire! Where's our fire support? We need reinforcements on them! been wiped out.
Commander, do you read me?
Major, what's the situation?
The beam's interfering with missile guidance. We can hit the destroyer, but we'll never make the precision strike we need to take it out.
Damn it. Edie, can you read me?
Yes, Commander.
Any suggestions?
I may be able to use the Normandy systems to enhance the missile's targeting capabilities.
Excellent.
I'll need you to open a link to the Normandy from the missile systems.
On it.
That's it. I'll let you know when I've adapted the targeting systems.
Sounds like good news, Commander.
We'll see.
Hammer, this is Admiral Anderson. The Reaper ground forces are making a push. Hold your ground. Protect those tanks until we can get a shot.
You heard him, people. Get ready.
There they are!
Understood.
It is done.
I'm on it.
As you wish.
Right away.
Commander, we tried to hold them off, but they destroyed our trucks, overwhelmed our position. Your left flank is gone. They're headed your way. Sorry, sir.
Hang in there, soldier. Heads up. We've got more incoming.
We'd better cover our left flank. I'm on it. Understood.
gone. They're headed your way. Sorry, sir.
Hang in there, soldier. Heads up! We've got more incoming!
We'd better cover our left flank.
Got it. You heard her. Back to the truck, people.
Missile guidance enhanced.
Firing.
Countering interference.
Did it hit? What happened?
The Reaper is still too close to the beam.
We're down to 2 missiles.
And we haven't even made a dent.
You will need to allow the Reaper to move out of the beam's influence.
And closer to us.
Commander, Hammer's being overrun at every turn. Reaper ground forces are converging on your location. We're fighting our way to you. Hold on, Commander. Hold on.
Goddess, more are coming?
Hold on, everyone. We can do this.
The enemies are incoming.
Hit him with everything you've got.
Destroyer terminated.
Nice work, Edie.
Shepard, we're on our way to your location.
Roger that.
Shepard! Over here! Thank God you made it.
It didn't look good.
It gets worse.
Of course it does.
Hackett just reported in. Several Sovereign-class Reapers, including Harbinger, have broken off from the battle with Sword. They're headed here.
Harbinger.
It's an opportunity for Hackett to get the Crucible in place. But we have to get a team on board the Citadel to open those arms now.
We still don't even know what we'll find when we get to the Citadel.
Then that's our job. Find out what we're up against.
All right. Saddle up, everybody. Get me Admiral Hackett.
It's now or never, Admiral. We're going in. Acknowledged. I'll send the word. All ships, this is Admiral Hackett. The Crucible is on the move. I repeat, the Crucible is on the move. Protect it at all costs. Everyone, this is it. Any available squadrons, delay those Reapers leaving the battle. We've got to give Hammer more time.
From here on in, it's a straight shot to the beam.
A straight shot with Reapers trying to crush us along the way.
We just need to get a handful of troops through.
We'll be lucky to get a handful.
We knew this was going to be a gamble at best.
Can't think of anyone else I'd rather do this with.
I'm honored to be part of your team.
We're in sight of the target.
All right, everyone. This is it. Shit. We gotta move! Come on!
Hammer squads, go, go, go!
Normandy, do you copy? I need an evac, right now.
We're taking heavy loss.
Come on. Here, take her.
Shepard!
You gotta get out of here.
I'm all right, Shepard.
Don't argue with me, Liara.
You're not leaving me behind.
Now, this is all pretty dumb. Like, I have some preliminary thoughts before I go on to the ending. First, you have to realize that this is actually not the original ending that I got when I first played this game at release. The original ending was even dumber because it was pretty abrupt and short and didn't really explain anything. It just sort of ended. So then they tried to patchwork some kind of an explanation with the extended cut. And this scene, for example, didn't exist in the original ending. Your teammates just inexplicably found themselves back on the Normandy somehow. And obviously they couldn't have changed that because, well, they could, but they wouldn't. They didn't want to change that. They just added more stuff to the ending, but it's very convoluted and dumb because, first of all, what kind of an unbelievable idiot sends his flagship directly under the nose of a capital class Reaper just to extract two people? Like, I happen to love one of them, but that's, you know, that's neither here nor there when it comes to military command. And the other ridiculous part is that Javik literally said he has a death wish. So what is he doing getting out of this final fight? Like, why does he do it? At the very least, they could have, put a little bit more thought into it. And for example, he could have refused you. You would be like, oh, you need to get out. And he would be like, no, the last Prothean does not run. And he would, go with you and die anyway. Maybe it makes more sense in the other ending where not the other ending, but if he doesn't touch the Echo Shard and he still maintains some kind of a plan for the future, he doesn't necessarily want to die. But here he has clearly stated that even were he to survive, he intends to kill himself. So what is he doing escaping from this final confrontation with this grand enemy of his entire species? This is pretty dumb. And going forward, it's not really going to get better. But again, what you have to keep in mind is that this is not the original ending. This is slightly less dumb and slightly less frustrating than the original ending, if only because you get more context. I am going to put a link in the description to the original endings so that you can compare in case you came to the series at a point where the original ending was already patched. But you have to remember that when I first experienced this, I experienced a different ending than this one. It was even more unclear, even more convoluted, and even more abrupt. And I remember being really, really mad at it at the time. So, let's continue.
No matter what happens, you mean everything to me, Liara. You always will.
Shepard, I am yours.
Go!
And soon I'm going to face the final enemy of the Mass Effect series. One Marauder Shields. He tried to save me from the ending, and I do honor his sacrifice. Well, I guess first you have 2 husks, but... Well, I guess it's 3 husks, and I vaguely remember them being referred to as the 3 Husketeers, but the real final enemy is behind this pillar over there. Oh, wait, he doesn't have shields in this one? That's blasphemy. Originally, he was Marauder Shields, but now apparently he's Marauder Health. Anyway, that was the final enemy in the Mass Effect series, and he did what he could to protect us all from the stupidity of the ending, which, I reiterate, was originally even stupider. So there was this whole meme about Marauder Shields.
That someone made it to the Citadel. We need to give them time to get those arms open. All fleets converge on the Crucible. Protect it at all costs. Shepard. Shepard.
Anderson. You up here too?
I followed you up, but we didn't come out in the same place. Oh, at least I don't think we did. What's your surrounding look like? You okay?
I feel like death. But I'm moving. It's dark. There's human remains scattered.
Sounds familiar. I'm in a dark hallway. Reminds me of your description of the collector base.
Makes sense.
You think they're making a Reaper in here?
Sure. They round them up on Earth, then send the people up here to be processed.
Goddamn abomination. I'm gonna keep moving. The sooner we blow these bastards back to hell, the better. The tubes don't go on forever. But where the hell are we?
Yeah. Doesn't look like any part of the Citadel I've been to.
Okay, so I cannot shoot the keepers.
There's a chasm here, and more hallways like the one I was in.
I think I'm near an exit.
I see something up ahead. Might be a way to cross over.
Don't get too far ahead of me.
Where do you think you're at?
Just found that chasm we were talking about.
Hold on. I see something. A control panel, maybe. I'm just gonna go on ahead.
Okay, I'm back. So, let's go deeper.
Anderson.
Shepard! I can't!
I underestimated you, Shepard.
What of it?
I warned you. Control is the means to survival. Control of the Reapers, and of you, if necessary.
They're controlling you.
I don't think so, Admiral.
Controlling me is a lot different than controlling a Reaper.
Have a little faith. When humanity discovered the mass relays, when we learned there was more to the galaxy than we imagined, there were some who thought the relays should be destroyed. They were scared of what we'd find, terrified of what we might let in. But look at what humanity has achieved. Since that discovery, we've advanced more than the past 10,000 years combined. And the Reapers will do the same for us again, 1,000-fold. But... only if we can harness their ability to control.
Bullshit. We destroy them, or they destroy us.
And waste this opportunity? Never.
You're playing with things you don't understand. With power you shouldn't be able to use.
I don't believe that. If we can control it, why shouldn't it be ours?
Because... we're not ready.
No. This is the way humanity must evolve.
There's always another way.
I've dedicated my life to understanding the Reapers, and I know with certainty the Crucible will allow me to control them.
And then what?
Look at the power they wield. Look at what they can do.
I see what they did to you.
I took what I wanted from them, made it my own. This isn't about me or you. It's about things so much bigger than all of us.
He's wrong. Don't listen to him.
And who will you listen to, Shepard? An old soldier stuck in his ways, only able to see the world down the barrel of a gun? And what if he's wrong? What if controlling the Reapers is the answer?
If we destroy the Reapers, this ends today. But if you can't control them...
But I can!
Are you willing to bet humanity's existence on it?
I know it will work.
You can't, can you? They won't let you do it.
No! I'm in control! No one is telling me what to do!
Listen to yourself. You're indoctrinated.
No! No! The two of you so self-righteous. Do you think power like this comes easy? There are sacrifices.
You've sacrificed too much.
Shepard, I only wanted to protect humanity. The Crucibles can control them. I know it can. I just...
It's not too late. Let us go. We'll do the rest.
I can't do that, Commander.
Of course you can't. They own you now.
You'd undo everything I've accomplished. I won't let that happen.
Because of you, humanity is already undone.
That's not true!
They have the Citadel. They've got us fighting each other, instead of fighting them.
I just need to...
You've done exactly what the Reapers wanted. You're still doing it because they control you.
They're too strong.
You're stronger. Don't let them win. Break their hold. Don't let them control you.
I tried, Shepard.
This is it, everyone. The arms are opening.
Commander?
We did it.
Yes, we did. It's, quite a view.
Best seats in the house.
God. Feels like years since I just sat down.
I think you earned a rest. Anderson? Stay with me. We're almost through this.
You did good, son. You did good.
I'm proud of you.
Thank you, sir. Anderson?
Shepard? Commander?
What do you need me to do?
Nothing's happening. The crucible's not firing. It's gotta be something on your end. Commander Shepard.
I don't see... I'm not sure how to...
Commander.
Wake up.
What? Where am I?
The Citadel. It's my home.
Who are you?
I am the Catalyst.
I thought the Citadel was the catalyst.
No, the Citadel is part of me.
I need to stop the Reapers. Do you know how I can do that?
Perhaps. I control the Reapers. They are my solution.
Solution? To what?
Chaos. The created will always rebel against their creators. But we found a way to stop that from happening. A way to restore order.
By wiping out organic life?
No, we harvest advanced civilizations, leaving the younger ones alone. Just as we left your people alive the last time we were here.
But you killed the rest.
We helped them ascend, so they could make way for new life, storing the old life in Reaper form.
I think we'd rather keep our own form.
No, you can't. Without us to stop it, synthetics would destroy all organics. We've created the cycle so that never happens. That's the solution.
Okay, so this is the infamous Star Child. And again, what you have to understand is that originally there was no foreshadowing of this whatsoever, because obviously the Leviathans are DLC. Originally you just arrived here and there's this child talking nonsense about creating the Reapers to preserve life by periodically destroying life. But the Leviathans don't really help that much, because it's still nonsensical, and it annoys me that you don't really get an option to argue his points, because his whole logic is nonsense, which has been proven in this cycle specifically by the Geth, because sure, the Geth technically did rebel against their creators, but they made peace. They didn't destroy them, and they weren't destroyed themselves. So if it proves anything, it proves that his rule of the cosmos that he believes in is not a rule at all. Because, once there are exceptions, it's no longer a rule, at least not a universal rule. So, this whole plan is obviously nonsense and stupid, and supposedly there have been plans for a different motivation for the Reapers, which had to do with dark energy, and which was hinted rather strongly by certain elements of Mass Effect 2, more precisely the whole mission on Haystorm with the sun. Now, I don't remember the specifics, but it was something along the lines of that advanced civilizations, their usage of technology somehow accelerates the creation of dark energy, which in itself, threatens to pretty much blow up the universe. And therefore, the Reapers were created as a sort of way to cap the creation of additional dark energy by periodically destroying advanced civilizations, so that it buys time for the future civilizations to maybe work out some kind of a solution to this problem of the dark energy threatening to destroy the whole universe. And I feel like even in its rudimentary form, it's still less stupid than this, because the Catalyst's logic is nonsense and it's proven by the events of the game itself. Everything it did, those millions upon millions of years of genocide, were entirely avoidable and potentially wholly unnecessary. So, that's overall pretty dumb. And as I said, the introduction of the Leviathans doesn't really improve anything. If anything, I talked about how I think the introduction of the Leviathans sort of makes the whole thing more convoluted and also shifts the focus from the Reapers to the Leviathans. I would never feel at peace, even if we win, knowing that there's, the original reason for the Reapers existing still is out there and considers the entire galaxy as their potential and, past thralls, only worthy of being subjugated. I don't think that helps the story in any way. Let's ask all of the questions, because that will shed some light on his motivation. Not really make it less stupid, but you will be able to argue more points.
Where did the Reapers come from? Did you create them?
My creators gave them form. I gave them function. They, in turn, give me purpose. The Reapers are a synthetic representation of my creators.
Leviathan.
Yes, they created me to oversee the relations between synthetic and organic life, to establish a connection. They became the first true Reaper. They did not approve, but it was the only solution.
You said that before. But how do the Reapers solve anything?
Organics create synthetics to improve their own existence, but those improvements have limits. To exceed those limits, synthetics must be allowed to evolve. They must, by definition, surpass their creators. The result is conflict, destruction, chaos. It is inevitable. Reapers harvest all life, organic and synthetic, preserving them before they are forever lost to this conflict.
But it is avoidable, as demonstrated by the Geth, and it annoys me that you cannot bring it up as an example of synthetics and organics successfully making peace after being at war.
We're at war with the Reapers right now.
You may be in conflict with the Reapers, but they are not interested in war.
I find that hard to believe.
When fire burns, is it at war? Is it in conflict? Or is it simply doing what it was created to do? We are no different. We harvest your bodies, your knowledge, your creations. We preserve it, to be reborn in the form of a new Reaper. Like a cleansing fire, we restore balance. New life, both organic and synthetic, can once again flourish.
What do you know about the Crucible?
The device you refer to as the Crucible is little more than a power source. However, in combination with the Citadel and the relays, it is capable of releasing tremendous amounts of energy throughout the galaxy. It is crude, but effective and adaptive in its design.
Who designed it?
You would not know them, and there is not enough time to explain. We first noted the concept for this device several cycles ago. With each passing cycle, the design has no doubt evolved.
Why didn't you stop it?
We believed the concept had been eradicated. Clearly, organics are more resourceful than we realized.
You said you're the catalyst. What are you?
A construct, an intelligence designed eons ago to solve a problem. I was created to bring balance, to be the catalyst for peace between organics and synthetics.
So you're just an AI?
Inasmuch as you are just an animal, I embody the collective intelligence of all Reapers.
But you were created.
Correct.
By who?
By ones who recognized that conflict would always arise between synthetics and organics. I was first created to oversee the relations between synthetic and organic life, to establish a connection. But our efforts always ended in conflict, so a new solution was required.
The Reapers?
Precisely.
I met your creators. They told me what you did to them.
We did as we were expected.
They said you betrayed them. That you turned them into Harbinger.
When they asked that I solve the problem of conflict, they failed to understand they were part of the problem themselves. The flaws of their organic reasoning could not perceive this. They lacked the foresight to understand their destruction was part of the very solution they required.
Well, they've joined this war now.
And I welcome their involvement. I am only facilitating their request.
Now, this is again stupid, because the fact that the Leviathans survived, even though they were part of a previous cycle and made into a Reaper, but they are still out there, should clue in the catalyst that it has, in fact, even if its supposed mission made any sense, he has failed. He has not successfully eradicated the Leviathans, and were he correct, they could have still in the intervening cycles, which I'm pretty sure, that was millions or billions of years ago, because Harbinger was the first Reaper made from the Leviathan race. So how come, if it is inevitable that organics always destroy synthetics, rather the other way around, that organics create synthetics which always destroy them, how come that didn't happen in the untold millions upon millions upon millions of years that the Leviathans were actually not destroyed? Like, he said they are part of the problem, but he didn't successfully kill them, and nothing happened. Organic life still existed for millions upon millions upon millions of years. So, the entire premise is dumb. Like, it makes a certain amount of sense as a concept of the AI, misunderstanding its own role, because it's actually stupid. It is an element in some stories where, whoever programmed it made it flawed in such a fundamental way that it thinks it's doing a good job, but it's actually making things worse. But I don't think it works as a central conflict of the entire story, because it's just so dumb. It's, you know, the entirety of this is stupid, could have been avoided, and also, as I said, by introducing the Leviathans as something that exists still, the developers have entirely shifted focus from the Reapers. The Reapers are an afterthought of the Leviathans. You know, even if we destroyed them, the people who created them and had the capacity to create them are still out there. So how am I to call that a victory? The Reapers hardly even matter in comparison to the Leviathans. So I think it was a major mistake to even introduce the Leviathans as a tangible, existing thing within the world. They should have left the origins of the Reapers unexplained. You know, those things were hinted on. I believe he said he was created, he's an AI. He said that even in the original ending, but you didn't really know where he came from. But the solution to not knowing that makes it more convoluted instead of less.
But you're taking away our future. Without a future, we have no hope. Without hope, we might as well be machines, programmed to do what we're told.
You have hope, more than you think. The fact that you are standing here, the first organic ever, proves it. But it also proves my solution won't work anymore.
So now what?
We find a new solution.
Why are you telling me this? Why help me?
You have altered the variables.
What do you mean?
The Crucible changed me, created new possibilities, but I can't make them happen. If there is to be a new solution, you must act. It is now in your power to destroy us. But be warned, others will be destroyed as well. The Crucible will not discriminate. All synthetics will be targeted. Even you are partly synthetic.
What exactly will happen?
Your Crucible device appears to be largely intact. However, the effects of the blast will not be constrained to the Reapers. Technology you rely on will be affected, but those who survive should have little difficulty repairing the damage. There will still be losses, but no more than what has already been lost.
But the Reapers will be destroyed?
Yes, but the peace won't last. Soon, your children will create synthetics, and then the chaos will come back.
There has to be another way.
There is. You could instead use the energy of the Crucible to seize control of the Reapers.
So, the elusive man was right after all.
Yes, but he could never have taken control, because we already controlled him.
But I can.
You will die. You will control us, but you will lose everything you have.
How can I control the Reapers if I'm dead?
Your corporeal form will be dissolved, but your thoughts and even your memories will continue. Your connection to your kind will be lost, though you will remain aware of their existence.
But the Reapers will obey me?
Yes. We will be yours to control and direct as you see fit. There is another solution. Synthesis.
And that is?
Add your energy to the Crucibles. The chain reaction will combine all synthetic and organic life into a new framework, a new DNA.
Explain how my energy can be added to the Crucible.
Your organic energy, the essence of who and what you are, will be broken down and then dispersed.
To do what, exactly?
The energy of the Crucible, released in this way, will alter the matrix of all organic life in the galaxy. Organics seek perfection through technology. Synthetics seek perfection through understanding. Organics will be perfected by integrating fully with synthetic technology. Synthetics, in turn, will finally have full understanding of organics. It is the ideal solution. Now that we know it is possible, it is inevitable we will reach synthesis.
Why couldn't you do it sooner?
We have tried a similar solution in the past, but it has always failed.
Why?
Because the organics were not ready. It is not something that can be forced. You are ready, and you may choose it.
I don't know.
Why not? Synthetics are already part of you. Can you imagine your life without them?
And there will be peace?
The cycle will end. The Reapers will cease their harvest, and the civilizations preserved in their forms will be connected to all of us. Synthesis is the final evolution of all life. The paths are open, but you have to choose.
Now, this is, once again, immeasurably dumb, because, first of all, if the catalyst is ready to, if it gives me the opportunity to destroy the Reapers, if it can allow that as a solution, why not just disable them? Why force me into destroying all synthetic life? It is a manufactured choice that makes no sense, because either you assume that it still wants the Reapers to win and therefore shouldn't give me the choice to begin with, or it's okay with the Reapers losing, but in this case it literally controls them, so why can't it just switch them off without forcing me to destroy all synthetic life in the universe? And then on top of that, you obviously have have synthesis, which is a total ass-pull that comes out of nowhere and makes no sense. Like, the whole explanation is convoluted and almost nonsensical. How, synthetics will have full understanding of organics, whatever the fuck that means. And also, it says that supposedly it is inevitable. So the problem with the endings overall is also that they all play with the cards given to you by the creator of the Reapers. Whatever you do, you're only doing that because he allowed it. You're choosing a predetermined path that he allows, and you must suffer the consequences. Which is why they added in the extended cut DLC that changed the ending. They actually added a fourth ending, which is the refusal ending, where you basically tell him that he's insane and that you're not going to make this choice for the entirety of the galaxy, the choice that you're railroaded into. And then he says, then so be it, and the Reapers win and kill everyone. And then someone in the future defeats them. And I find this ending to be interesting and kind of cool, because philosophically speaking, I think it's actually the most correct, because you are not entitled to make such a choice for the entirety of the galaxy. Whatever you choose, it's at the best going to violate the bodily autonomy of everyone by fusing machines into them, and at worst it's going to either be genocide of like the Geth and AIs, which, as I said multiple times, I consider them people. To me, it's no different than killing organic humans or whatever. Or you can turn yourself into an immortal god emperor that controls the Reapers. But that is obviously a far too great risk. I think no one should have that power. Because sure, you might think your morals are good now, but after tens of thousands of years of, you know, being a disembodied will controlling the Reapers, you might come to view the universe differently, and what then? So basically, the endings all suck, and from a simple philosophical standpoint, I think the refusal ending is actually the most correct, because if you choose that, Shepard says that, you know, they are going to fight on their own terms, not on the terms of the catalyst that it has given to them gracefully, and they are going to win or lose based on their own ability rather than some convoluted space magic. Obviously they still lose in the end, and the final gut punch is that it's suggested that the future cycles use the Crucible anyway, so, you know, in that way it is kind of pointless, but I do understand sort of the philosophical allure of it. Now, out of the three endings that you're presented with, as I said, they all suck, they all involve different levels of violating the entire galaxy's free will, but out of the three, I am going to choose Synthesis, because, you know, they are all bad in that they are doing what the catalyst allows you to do. So you could say you're playing into his hands whether you want it or not, and in fact that was the reason why originally there was this huge controversy with the ending originally, and people have devised this indoctrination theory that posited that everything that happened after you reached, you know, that conduit that led to the Citadel didn't really happen. You actually died. Well, you were dying, and you were indoctrinated by the Reapers, so you imagined all of this, and then, sort of, if you choose one of the endings allotted to you by the Catalyst, you're still doing the Reaper's will, and I think, you know, obviously the writers have disavowed that, and then the extended cut has explained that it's not really true, but I do find it to actually be kind of potentially less stupid than the actual endings, because in the actual endings you're still playing into the Reaper's hands, kind of, by choosing only the options that they allow you to choose. Even their destruction is something that you do on their own terms, and as I said, it stupidly involves killing the Geth and Edie and AIs as well, even though he could have just switched them off if he wanted. But out of the three, I am going to choose Synthesis, because my reasoning is as such. Control is wrong, because no one should have that power. I fear for the galaxy when, after tens of thousands of years, Shepard goes crazy from being the God Emperor of the Reapers and decides he doesn't like someone's stupid face and uses the entirety of the Reaper fleet to go to war. Destroy is pretty alluring, and I am very conflicted about it, but I think Destroy in the version provided to you by the Catalyst is still wrong, because it kills the Geth and the AIs, and I consider them people. I consider that genocide, and it's especially sad in the case of the Geth, because they have just made peace with the Quarians, thereby disproving the Catalyst's stupid hypothesis in the first place, and then I were to destroy them? That doesn't seem right. Now, obviously, Synthesis is hugely problematic, because, as I said, it violates the bodily autonomy and the free will of everyone in the galaxy. But my reasoning is as such, you know, if it is something good, if people feel good with it, then super cool. And if not, they can still like kill themselves afterwards, which is not a comfort you afford to the get if you choose the destroy ending. They just get destroyed. Whereas with synthesis, at least you have a chance at something new, you have a chance at something else. And if you like it or not, depends on you. But then you have the free will to end it in case it's like distressing or you don't like it. Obviously, it is hugely problematic, and the implications of it are kind of, first of all, it's explained poorly, and I don't think the developers thought much about it. It seems very much like an ass pull. But the way it is presented to you in the actual ending, it seems it does work out. Whether that makes sense is another question, but what you're presented with seems like a good ending. And who am I to argue with the literal creators of this game? If they tell me it did work out in the end, then, apparently it did. And I think it's, obviously at this point you don't know it, but my reasoning, as I said, is that even if it doesn't work out, we can still commit, galaxy-wide seppuku if we don't like it. So I am going to choose synthesis.
The Crucible is armed. Disengage and head to the rendezvous point. I repeat, disengage and get the hell out of here.
Joker, listen. We have to go. Damn it.
I am alive. All of us, synthetic and organic, have been changed. The war is over, and the Reapers are helping to rebuild. Where once they threatened us with extinction, they now bring us the collective knowledge of the cultures that came before. As a galaxy, we can now live the lives we have wished for. Taking our first steps into a new and wonderful future, where organics and synthetics can coexist peacefully. With peace across the galaxy and with unlimited access to knowledge, to recover the greatness that was lost. And surpass it. We will reclaim our worlds and the stars. As the line between synthetic and organic disappears, we may transcend mortality itself, to reach a level of existence I cannot even imagine. And we will remember that this chance for a new life did not come without cost. No matter how far we advance, we will remember the sacrifices of those who made it possible. And we will remember Shepard. Because of him, I am alive. And I am not alone.
Now, in the original ending that I got at release, that everyone got at release, there was no slideshow with narration. The game just ended with the Normandy crashed on some random planet. And more so, bioware, the mass relays, they were shown exploding rather than just the middle part disassembling. And it was ridiculous because I think bioware forgot that within the lore of Mass Effect, a distraction of a mass relay equals the destruction of the whole solar system in which it is. So in the original ending, regardless of what you have chosen, actually most of the inhabited systems are destroyed anyway. Like, and then the game just abruptly cuts off at that unknown planet without explaining what happened to the rest of the galaxy. I remember being furious about it, and obviously everyone was. It was a huge controversy back in the day. I think, if anything, the extended cut does make it less annoying. Like, the actual ending is still dumb, but at least you have some kind of a closure with your squad mates and the galaxy overall. It paints a bit of a picture to you of what is going to happen in the future, and at least you get confirmation that the crew of the Normandy, they repair the ship and leave, whereas in the original ending, literally the game ends on every system that has a relay explodes with everyone in it, and the Normandy is stranded on some random deserted planet, and that's it. Cut to credits. Like, it was infuriating back in the day, and even now the ending does leave, a sour taste in my mouth. It's just so out there. It sort of comes out of nowhere at you with those options, and even synthesis itself, despite the flowery terms in which it is described here in this ending, it feels like a total aspo. It comes out of nowhere, and it's kind of weird. So overall, I think Mass Effect 3 in itself is kind of disappointing, even nowadays, as a conclusion to that whole trilogy. But overall, the series overall, I must say, is actually pretty impressive. The cast of characters, the different characters that you can meet, and the different fates that they can suffer, dying, surviving, different outcomes. It's all pretty impressive. I've struggled to remember any other series of games where it actually, takes into account so many of your choices, even in small ways, such as, those emails and stuff. It is very impressive in that regard, and the characters, some of them are nothing short of great. And some of the character moments, even though the overarching story is rather disappointing in the end, kind of spoiled by that ending. The character moments, with the Quarians and the Geth, Mordin's sacrifice to cure the genophage, those are moments that I have remembered since I played the game at release. They have stayed with me, and the characters, you really get sort of close to them, and you care about them, and that's definitely a huge plus of the game, and a huge sort of advantage of the series overall, that it makes you care about those characters and what's going to happen to them. That's why people were so furious, where in the original ending you didn't know what happened to anyone. It just abruptly cut off, and then obviously there's the implied genocide with the relays exploding. So Mass Effect 3 in itself is kind of disappointing, and it really ends with a whimper instead of with a bang. And that whimper is confused and stupid on top of that. So that does leave a sour taste in my mouth, and the addition of the Leviathans doesn't really help. On the contrary, actually, as far as I am concerned, the Leviathans would make a fine antagonist for Mass Effect 4, even though that would be kind of a retread of the Reapers, because they have essentially the same powers, because the Reapers are based on them. Mass Effect 3 kind of disappointing, but the series overall pretty great. You know, it is a pretty great narrative experience. You cannot really dispute that. That even though there are problems, and even though the ending itself is stupid, there are so many steps along the way that are executed almost brilliantly in a touching, moving way that stays with you. And I think the game is worth it ultimately for those moments. If not for the ending itself, then for the characters and the relationships you get to have with them, and for their arcs, you know, being completed, and how they develop as characters over the course of the 3 games. I am glad to have replayed it. There were some elements I didn't remember, and there were some elements that were new to me in the case of the DLC. But I did actually remember most of it, which is a testament to how memorable it is, because I'm pretty sure with Mass Effect 3, I have not played it since the extended cut was released. Although, maybe even then, I don't think I replayed the whole game, because I was far too mad. I might have watched the extended cut online, because obviously when I first finished the game, it was at release, it was without the extended cut, and it made me so mad that I might have actually not played it since release. It is highly possible, actually. So...
Did that all really happen?
Yes, but some of the details have been lost in time. It all happened so very long ago.
When can I go to the stars?
One day, my sweet.
What will be there?
Anything you can imagine. Our galaxy has billions of stars. Each of those stars could have many worlds. Every world could be home to a different form of life. And every life is a special story of its own.
Tell me another story about the shepherd.
It's getting late, but okay. One more story.
Congratulations on bringing an end to the Reaper threat. Commander Shepard has become a legend, and from here you can continue to build that legend. It has been a long journey for Shepard and the team here at BioWare, and like Shepard, we wouldn't have done it alone. The Mass Effect trilogy began as a vision of a small team, but over the years it has grown. The growth has been fueled and shaped by the feedback and support of our player community. Thank you for joining us on this journey, and we look forward to sharing further adventures with you in the Mass Effect universe. The Mass Effect team. Okay, so that's it for Mass Effect 3, and for the entirety of the series. As I said, I'm glad to have replayed it. The ending annoys me, and overall I feel like the narrative quality of the games kind of spirals down as you go forward. They become sort of more nonsensical, at least the main plot. But it's all, I would say it is salvaged by the characters. Mass Effect 2, for example, is entirely pointless in terms of its actual plot, but you don't really feel it, because the characters and their missions are so interesting that you get invested in it nonetheless. So that was the Mass Effect series. That's all for this one, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.